I don't like movies. It's hard for me to respect them as an art form. Seems like every movie that comes out is just some kind of cash grab. Like the only reason it was made was to make a bunch of money. I feel like movies used to be about a person with a dream, or an idea, or just some emotional message that the creators were trying to get across. But can you remember the last time you saw a movie that made you feel anything, or made you think about life in a new way? The last time for me was probably The Matrix, and that was in 1999. Every genre seems to suffer from its own unique poison. Horror movies, for example. Has there ever been a good horror movie? I think the highest rated ones on IMDb are like a 6. I don't want to hear about, oh, The Exorcist is the perfect 10. Have you seen that movie lately? Old horror movies especially just don't hold up. It's kind of funny how things people thought were terrifying 30-40 years ago are laughable by today's standards. And then there are these really try-hard action movies. You're the kind I'm talking about. Every preview is the same. Some guy's about to be attacked and he's all cocky like,
2 things are gonna happen in the next 90 seconds.
Excuse me?
First, that phone over there is gonna ring. Second, you're gonna be wearing these cuffs on your way to prison.
Is this interesting to anyone? Good-looking actor man plays another super soldier badass. I wonder what's gonna happen. I bet it's gonna be stupid. Chick flicks are pretty awful too. It's weird because chick flicks transcend being good or bad and seem to exist solely on the premise that they are chick flicks. I mean, they're uninteresting as shit, but women want to see them specifically because they're marketed toward women. Chick flicks aren't as bad as comedies though. Nothing is more cringeworthy than when movies try to be funny and fail. And they like to do this thing where they show every good joke in the trailers, but by the time you see the actual movie, you've already heard the jokes a dozen times. Don't put the best jokes of the movie in the trailer. But the absolute worst are kids' movies. But it's not because of the movie themselves. There are plenty of movies that are for kids or for families that are actually pretty good. I'm talking about things like most of what Pixar puts out. What makes kids' movies terrible is going to the theater and having to sit through god-awful previews of other kids' movies. You know what I'm talking about. Just the most embarrassing, cringe-worthy previews imaginable about awful, awful-looking movies. Whenever I'm in the theater doing the previews for kids' movies, I always find myself slowly sinking down into my theater seat, trying to hide. Tiny children all around me laughing at the garbage being forced into my eyes. And that's another topic in itself. Fucking theaters. Do I even need to talk about charging $10 for a movie and then another $10 for popcorn and a soda? I used to enjoy popcorn and soda at the movies, but now I can't anymore. The worst part is that they try to sell you the next size popcorn or soda up for 25 cents more to make you think you're getting some kind of good deal. So by the time I sit down in the theater, I'm already pissed off because either my wallet is empty or I don't have any snacks. And I'd bring my own snacks, but now at my theater at least, they've started checking people's bags for food specifically. Fucking assholes. Alright, so I'm trying to get comfortable and watch a movie, but every 20 minutes some asshole comes in with a flashlight, walking up and down the aisle. What the fuck is he looking for? Gonna make sure people aren't eating snacks from outside the theater? Go away, let us watch the movie. But that's not going to happen anyway because, as always, there's a baby. Please don't bring your babies to the theaters. Yes, I get it, you want to see a movie, but you know your baby is going to cry or start screaming. I paid to be there too, and it was under the assumption that there wasn't going to be a screaming baby. This isn't the same as a baby on an airplane because that can't be avoided. But bringing your baby to a theater is something you just don't have to do. There's a reason I don't have kids, I shouldn't have to deal with yours. Speaking of kids, parents, who brings their 10-year-olds to an R-rated movie? You know what? I'll withhold judgment, because I can't be someone who tells you how to parent. But I do always find it funny when groups of kids and their mom leave halfway through an R-rated movie. Like, what did you expect? Oh, Hateful Eight, that seems like a good family fun time. Anyway, I'm Kothorix, and you have a wonderful day. Okay, so today's subscriber shoutout goes to Blackfoot Ferret. Lately he's been doing some Five Nights at Freddy's theory videos, and they're pretty interesting, so go check them out.